100,000,000%. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill. Taxi cab theory. 36-year-old man, still not ready, even though he's been presented with so many amazing women in his life. Taxi cab theory. I have another friend who is genuinely amazing, gorgeous, beautiful, and he's genuinely had he's had supermodels. He's had, not that that means anything, what I mean is he's had amazing women so many times in his life. Taxi cab theory.
Welcome to The Wall. Today I'm bringing you women who believe men have nothing to do with creating a child. And on top of that, women in 2026 who still think they're the prize. Before we begin, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support keeps this alive. Let's get into it.
You guys want to know something that I find so funny? I think it's hilarious when a man has the audacity to be like, you're doing too much makeup. I like natural girls, blah, 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 blah. First of all, funny of you to think any of this is for a man. This is for the girls and the gays, boo. You really thought my perfectly curated lip combo is for Michael? Yeah, no, I do this for the girls and the gays, and the girls and the gays only.
Stop it. Get some help.
Are men jealous of us?
No. Quite frankly, what's there to be jealous of?
Women really think they make humans by themselves. I mean, my immediate reaction when I saw this comment was like, okay, if you give a woman a packet of seeds, did you grow the plant?
Oh no, not another one of these. It's like the ignorance is spreading.
Anybody with a working knowledge of how humans are made would be able to confirm that men actually play no part whatsoever in the making process.
And that is more than enough of that. The sad part is it goes on for another minute and a half approximately, explaining how they actually are of the belief that the male of the species plays no part in the creation of a baby. I would really like to know, when exactly did humans become capable of parthenogenesis? Because the last time that I checked, that really wasn't a thing. But the really sad part is that there are a lot of women and some men that actually agree with this. And what really should scare a lot of you is that they vote.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Sometimes an apology can't fix what happened, not because of the mistake itself, but because of the character that it took for you to do said thing in the first place. At that point, it's not about the mistake anymore, okay? People make mistakes. Forgiveness for certain people in certain situations and certain relationships is important. However, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, you can't apologize for character. Sometimes people are who they are, and that apology that they're trying to give, it's not going to fix what happened, because who they are fucking sucks. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, respectfully, fuck you.
You want some truth about women? Does it work both ways? Yes, it does. Me rant about men because I'm a woman, but I tell you girls are just as bad. And I'm going to give you some examples, right? There's some girls out there who are in a relationship. Some have got rings on their finger. They will go out and they will entertain men. They will dance with men. They will joke with men. And they will think it is harmless. But then if the boyfriend does it, they will think it's a form of cheating. That is just the way women are. That is what they do. They will go out there. They'll make inappropriate jokes. They'll say other men are good looking. But then if they find out their men do it, there is hell on. There's also girls that answer men back because the men are just being friendly. They don't want to sleep with them. They've known them years. But if their husband or their partner does that with a girl, they are also cheating. So girls are just as bad. They will also not post men on their social media or their boyfriend on social media because they want other men to think that they are single. Simple as that. They will reply back to people in the stories. They will talk and they will chit chat and they won't tell their partner about it. Some women will tell the partner about it and make out that it's friendly and make out that, oh, he's so canny and he's got a girlfriend, and then cover the tracks, but really she knows what she's doing and she's flirting with that man and hoping that he'll flirt back. So there you go. There's some truth on some women. Not all women, but some.
Women really think heavy makeup matters to men, when most of us actually prefer them natural, because makeup can be deceptive. What the last woman said is true in one way. If men behaved the way many women do, relationships would become a complete nightmare. Women are addicted to attention. They're addicted to being desired. Age doesn't change that. It's part of their nature. And the woman saying men play no role in the creation process forgets one simple thing. Before a tree can grow, the seed has to be planted first. And if I supposedly play no role in creation, then I shouldn't be expected to play a role in maintenance either. What they also forget is who protects and supports them, directly and indirectly. Men. But those are the kinds of details they conveniently like to ignore.
What most women don't understand is that 99% of men would rather choose a shy, soft, and polite woman with zero achievements over the loud, arrogant career woman. Okay, so your job and how much money you make really doesn't matter to a successful man who has a successful career and makes his own money. He's not looking for a boss babe wife. He's not looking for someone, who makes a lot of money and is very successful. He's looking for someone who's going to add peace to his life. He's looking for a helper, not a competitor. A man doesn't want a woman who's going to compete with him. He wants a woman who complements him. So as a woman, it's our job to complement men, not compete with them. So it doesn't really matter how much money you make or what your achievements are. As a woman, you should be feminine, respectful, and submissive, and someone who wants to be a mother and wife.
As soon as a man starts feeling like he's the prize, listen, honey, start preparing to wrap that shit up, okay? And exit stage left, because as a man, why do you feel like that? What is up with the men these days having such a big ego and like trying to have a penis measuring contest with their girls? Like, that's weird. Men are weird, and these men need to do better. Like, I'm confused, and quite frankly, it's sassy. I know y'all tired of hearing that, but like that's called sassy behavior. Like, why are you in competition with a woman? You're a woman at that. Why are you letting your ego get in the way of your relationship with a woman?
So this would actually never happen because I would make sure that I would block all of the data on his iPad or his phones, make sure he can't access the websites that I'm on. So there's really no way he would ever find out.
I disagree a little. Men genuinely wanted women who were dedicated to being mothers, but after being called misogynist for so long, many men now prefer women who work and contribute financially, because either way, there's no appreciation for the sacrifice. At least this way, they can cover some of their own expenses. And another thing, if a woman is trying to control what I can or can't do on my own phone or laptop, to me that's even worse than someone simply hiding something. It tells me she has a past she's desperately trying to keep buried. And honestly, that's truly terrifying.
Women.
Something I've noticed, when men make a lot of money, they spend it on bitches. They spend it on 20 hookers to their house, going to the strip club and throwing a disgusting amount of money, buying things with wanting to attract girls in the back of their head. When girls make money, I feel like we spend it on a car, a house, maybe a fucking Chanel bag. Like, we're not out here paying for 20 dudes to come over and crack us. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Why?
I went on a date with like a medium ugly man today.
Uh-huh.
And I asked him why his last relationship ended.
Well, isn't that a great icebreaker for a first date conversation?
He said because he stopped being attracted to her after a year and he broke up with her.
What? What's wrong with that? The guy was honest. He admitted why he ended his last relationship, because he was no longer attracted to the person that he was in a relationship with. But yet some seem to have a problem with that.
Y'all, the audacity of men. I will not be seeing him again.
I don't get it. Where's the audacity? Are they insinuating that simply because someone isn't as good looking as they think they should be, that they're not allowed to have their preferences in who they date in regards to actually being attracted to their partner? Oh my goodness, ladies, just because some of you date men that you're not attracted to simply apparently for the stories, that doesn't mean that men are gonna start dating women that they're not attracted to simply because you think they should. My goodness.
At this very juncture, I'm convinced that a lot of men are getting with younger women. And when I say younger women, I mean like 18, 19, 20. And settling down. A lot of older men are settling down with younger women because it's easier to delude a younger woman into believing that the idea of being submissive equates to being someone's personal slave, where you lack your own morals, you lack your own mind, your own identity, your own character. And due to the fact that 18 to 20, honestly, between the ages of 18 to 24, that is the most pivotal moment of anyone's life, because the beliefs that and your ideologies and all things that make you up, you start to realize as you live through life as a new adult, you start to realize that, damn, I ain't know shit. Damn, I honestly didn't really know anything about myself, let alone the real world. 18, 19, and 20 is usually those ages that you start to cast away from your parents' teachings and you start to learn what you want for your own life and what you want to believe in for your own life. So, young ladies, I need you to understand that a lot of these men are using the idea of being a submissive woman as an excuse to become your master, so much to the point that they've trained you to not care about your own needs so long as it goes against what he wants for you, himself, and the entire relationship as a whole. Therefore, for those of us who didn't have strong mothers in our lives who instilled really great values into us as women, or strong male figures in our lives that instilled values about males that would deter us as women when we grow up, please listen to the people on social media when they tell you to stop dating 10 plus years above you, because those men are only dating you because you are easily trained, not because, oh, you know, you're just so mature and you actually match him and the level of thinking that he is. No, it's because you're so easily susceptible to whatever the hell he wants for you in your life. Therefore, run.
Gotcha, bitch!
So just because a man isn't conventionally attractive, he's not allowed to choose the kind of woman he wants or leave a woman he's no longer attracted to. That's completely ridiculous, because many women genuinely believe they're the only ones allowed to choose. And the woman telling younger women not to date older men conveniently forgets that once a man passes 28, he's usually entering his prime, not just physically, but especially financially. And since so many women are attracted to money, vacations, and a lifestyle where they don't have to pay for anything, that reality isn't going to change. Deep down, she says that because she knows that as women get older, high-value men often prefer younger women instead. And lastly, a man can spend his money however he wants. Nowadays, if you look at who carries the highest credit card debt, it's women. Who has more vehicle repossessions? Women. Who loses more homes to mortgage debt? Women. So if we're supposed to learn how to manage money from you, then compared to that, these men look like financial geniuses. We've reached the end, but before we wrap up, here are 2 questions for the comments. Why do women believe they're the prize when the real prize has always been the man with stability, discipline, vision, and the ability to build? Have you ever seen a married woman or a woman in a relationship flirt with other men, then suddenly play the victim the moment her man does the same thing? And if this video gave you something to think about, you already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Every bit of support helps us reach more people and keep bringing you this kind of analysis. See you in the next video from the wall.